What would you think if I were to tell you that 5.6 million children in the United States are going to die from a fatal choice that they make in their youth, and that you have the power to prevent that from happening? Well, that is just the case, and that choice is choosing to use tobacco. The figure that I have just stated is how many children are going to ultimately die from smoking-related causes, according to the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. On their website, they tell us that tobacco use is the #1 cause of preventable death in the United States, with an estimated 480,000 people dying annually. When I was 9 years old, my father died from bone and lung cancer. He was a daily smoker. My mother has emphysema, peripheral artery disease, has had open heart surgery, and recently just underwent a lung biopsy due to a mass that was found on her lung, and she too has been a daily smoker for life and continues to smoke to this day. I've also had several aunts and uncles that have died from smoking-related causes, ranging from heart attacks to blood clots. The end result of choosing to use tobacco is often tragic. 1,600 kids are going to try cigarettes or tobacco for the first time today, and it is only by lessening the appeal of tobacco use that we can prevent some of these tragedies from taking place. Today I'm going to discuss how tobacco companies strategically lure children into using their products to ensure that they have a continuous supply of customers. Next, we'll discuss some of the initiatives and policies that the advocacy group Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids are helping to implement. And finally, I would like us to envision a world where tobacco companies no longer destroy billions of lives and burden our society. To start, let's look at some of the tactics that tobacco corporations use to ensure that children become slaves to the drug nicotine. The American Cancer Society says that the younger you are when you start to smoke, the more likely you are to become addicted to nicotine, and that 9 out of 10 adult smokers started before the age of 18. Tobacco corporations know this, and they use it to their advantage. Most smokers want to quit, but because they are physically and mentally addicted to nicotine, it often seems very hard to do so. In fact, the FDA tells us that tobacco companies use additives such as ammonia to optimize nicotine delivery and lung absorption, all in an attempt to maximize those that become addicted. The National Institute on Drug Abuse estimates that only about 6% of smokers will be able to quit in a given year. With 1,600 people trying cigarettes for the first time each day, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids indicates that 235 of those are going to go on to become daily smokers. They estimate that kids are 3 times as likely as adults to be swayed by cigarette advertising. The tobacco industry spends $8.2 billion on marketing each and every year. That's a whopping $22.5 million each and every day. To be able to spend that kind of money on marketing and still be able to profit, there is little wonder why tobacco companies target children that have a life of cigarette purchasing ahead of them. Since we now have a better understanding of how tobacco companies strategically entice children to become users of its product, let's look at how the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids and its affiliate, the Tobacco-Free Kids Action Fund, prevent that from taking place. There are several initiatives and policies that the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids have played a pivotal role in implementing. As part of their state children's health insurance program, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids was instrumental in the 2009 federal tax increase from 62 cents to 101 cents per pack, which also led to an 8.3% decrease in cigarette sales that very same year. They helped smoke-free laws be established in 27 U.S. states and 55 countries. These laws help protect 1.5 billion people globally to avoid secondhand smoke, and it also reduces underage viewing of cigarette smoking. The Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids started Where's the Smoke Project in 2018, which investigates the use of young influential people by tobacco corporations on social media platforms. They have also filed lawsuits that would mandate that the FDA require graphic health warnings be used on all cigarette packaging and advertisements. In short, they have been very, very busy. A lot has been done on part of the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, but we have yet to win the war against big tobacco. Imagine a world where whether to try cigarettes was not an option for our kids. A world where our insurance was used to enrich our lives and to prevent diseases rather than to address concerns that are caused by tobacco use. A world where our loved ones aren't abruptly torn from us because of a choice that they made as impressionable children. Well, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids has envisioned that world since September of 1995, and it is up to us to help them make that world a reality. In conclusion, we have seen how tobacco companies target children and what the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids are doing to help curb their advances. In an effort to help them meet their goals, I urge you to consider giving a charitable contribution to Tobacco-Free Kids Action Fund. For more information, you can visit tobaccofreekids.org, or to make a monetary contribution, you can visit tobaccofreekidsaction.org. You would think, given that my father died as a direct result of smoking when I was only 9 years old, that I would never even consider trying a cigarette. But like so many kids, I succumbed to the appeal of advertising, and when I was only 12 years old, I became one of the 1,600 people that daily try cigarettes. I soon became one of the 235 that become addicted every single day. And I have been smoking for 28 years. I have been struggling to give up cigarettes for the better part of a decade, but like millions of people, even though I really want to quit, it is exceedingly more difficult to do as time passes. Smoking cigarettes is by far my number one regret in life. But knowing that the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids is advocating for people just like me and for countless children around the world that may one day make that same fatal choice, I am proud to announce that I have once again renewed my resolve to give up smoking and not give my life in order to fill the pockets of big tobacco corporations. Thank you.